Gymshark and Kylie Cosmetics are both Shopify giants, but they handle their product pages completely different. One gives every color its own page, while the other keeps every color on the same page. So, which approach is actually better for your store? The answer depends on your catalog. If you're thinking of copying one strategy or the other, choose carefully because it's easy to pick the wrong one. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which strategy you should be using. It comes down to one simple question, and if you get it wrong, you're literally throwing away SEO traffic and ad dollars. So let me show you what Gymshark does. Same product, the Crest oversized jogger pants. Gray has its own page with its own address, brown has its own page with its own address. Two color of the same trousers living in two different places on the site. That part is easy to spot, but there's a second layer here and it has nothing to do with color. Look at the brown pair again. Brown shows up twice. One address ends in AW26 and the other one ends in SS26. AW26 means autumn winter 2026 and SS26 means spring summer 2026. Same product, same color, two separate pages because they belong on two separate drops. So Gymshark is not splitting only by color, they are splitting by release as well. Every colorway is treated like a launch. It gets its own photography, its own details, its own moment in the calendar, and its own page to send traffic to. Think about what that gives them. When the brown jogger comes back for autumn, it's not a restock buried inside an old page. It's a new product with a clean page, a fresh set of images, and nothing from the last season attached to it. They can advertise it on its own, they can put it in a collection on its own, they can email about it on its own. Meanwhile, the spring version of the exact color keeps living somewhere else, doing its own job. This is a merchandising decision, not a technical setting. Somebody at Gymshark decided that a color is worth a campaign. But splitting products only pays off when you have something different to say about each piece, because every page you create, it's a page that you have to feed. And Gymshark can feed 30 pages. They have a content team, a photo team, a launch calendar, and paid media behind every drop. If you split 6 colors into 6 pages and 5 of them never get a photo, an ad, an email, you haven't built a catalog. You've built 5 pages nobody visits and one that carries everything. And that's the trap. The setup looks professional, but the results don't follow because the marketing that makes the setup work is missing. So the real question is whether you're in the group that can feed it. If you are, this is worth building. Give me a minute and you'll have it set up the way Gymshark runs it. For this, I'll use Rubik combined listings. Let's say that you have multiple similar products on your store like this leather chairs. When a customer visits one, I want them to see all the different color options while still keeping the benefits of having separate product URLs. Once you have the Rubik combined listings app installed, go to your theme customizer and turn the app on. Then inside the dashboard, go to the top and click Create New Group. Give your group a name, in my case leather chair. Then choose your option, which here is color. This is also what will appear on the store. Next, select the products you want to link together. Once they appear, you can click the magic fill button to automatically detect the color of each variant. And you can also customize your widget to make sure it looks good on both mobile and desktop. Then make sure that the group is enabled, and that's it. Your products now look like variants of the same product, but they are actually separate product listings with their own URLs. So when does the opposite approach win? When is it smarter to keep everything on one page and refuse to split anything at all? I'll show you a brand that does exactly that and makes more money because of it. I'm sure we all know Kylie Cosmetics. Here's how they have it set up. One page, one address, and a variant code sitting at the end of it. Most of this is standard Shopify. Variants are built in, every store has them. What Kylie adds is one thing on top and it changes the whole experience. Click a different shade, the code at the end changes, the address stays the same, and the gallery swaps to the photos for that shade only. And that's the whole trick. You see one shade at a time and nothing else on the page competes with it. Think about the alternative. Every shade needs its own photos. Drop all of them into one gallery and your customer is scrolling past shades they didn't pick, trying to find the ones that they did. So the gallery swap is doing real work here. It's what keeps one page usable when the product comes in a lot of colors. Then there is the catalog side. One product means one description to update, one price to edit, one place where reviews and traffic collect. When a new shade launches, it lands on a page that already has history behind it instead of starting from zero. Compare that to a separate page for every shade, each one needing its own listing, its own images, its own marketing to stay alive. And that's the answer to the question I asked earlier. Splitting stops paying the moment a new color is not a new campaign. Gymshark splits because every drop has a marketing life of its own. Kylie keeps one page because the lip butter is one product with one story and a lot of ways to wear it. If your colors share one campaign, they belong on one page. Let me show you how quickly you can have this set up on your own store. For this, I'll use Rubik variant images. Let's say you have a product with multiple variants and each variant has its own images. On most Shopify stores, you'll see all the product images at once. Sometimes the first image will change when a customer selects a different variant, but that's about it. Now what if you only want to show the images that belong to the selected variant? Inside the Rubik Variant Images app, first make sure the app is enabled in the theme customizer, enable both options, save, and then go back to the dashboard. From there, go to products and select one. You'll see there all your variants and all the images you've uploaded. Now simply match each variant with its corresponding images. Once you're done, save your changes and check the product page. Now when a customer selects a variant, they'll only see the images that belong to that variant. And if you also want proper swatches instead of the Shopify standard ones, go back to the dashboard and open the swatch menu. Turn on the toggle here, save, and then check your product page. Now you also have proper swatches to represent each variant. If you want to customize those swatches to fit your brand, you're gonna have the options right here. Now here's how you decide which one you are. One question: does each color get its own campaign, or do all colors share one campaign? Its own campaign means its own photography, its own launch, its own place in the season. The gray jogger and the brown jogger are sold to two different moods at two different times of the year. That's the split route, combined listings, the Gymshark answer. I mentioned at the start that most stores copy the wrong strategy. This is where it happens. Gymshark looks like success, so people copy Gymshark, and that setup only works because of everything Gymshark does around it. You should pick the setup that matches how you actually sell, not the one that matches who you want to be. 3 things to take with you. First, your product structure is a marketing decision. Shopify themes make this choice for you silently, and most store owners never look at it again, even after the store grows into something different. Open your store tonight and check how your colors are set up. Then ask yourself whether you chose that or it was your theme's default setting. Second, a page is only worth creating it if you plan to send traffic to it. Before you split the color out, write down the ad, the email, or the post that will point at it. No answer, no split. Third, copy the store that looks like yours, not the store that you admire. Gymshark and Kylie both run huge businesses with opposite setups, which tells you there's no correct answer here, only a correct fit. Find one brand in your category at about 3 times your size and look at which route they took. If this cleared something up, subscribe and tell me in the comments which one are you, split or single, and what are you selling. If you're on the fence, drop me a comment and I'll give you my read. Now I think you'll be interested in seeing how this $270 million a year brand is selling an everyday item at 10 times what competitors charge, and people keep buying it. Click it and I'll see you there.